Teaching empathy in a world that praises power has a spotlight. It's in the job titles, the media reels, the schoolyard hierarchy. We teach our children to chase it in competition, ambition, even self-worth. Empathy, by contrast, lives in the shadows, untelevised, under-rewarded, often mistaken for weakness. As a parent, and as someone who works within systems designed to manage harm, I've spent years wondering what we're truly equipping our children for. If the currency of success is dominance, what happens to the value of understanding? My own children have asked questions about fairness and forgiveness that no textbook could answer. Why does the loudest voice win the argument? Why do some mistakes come with second chances and others don't? These questions aren't just philosophical, they're practical, pressing, and political. Empathy isn't just about being nice. It's the skill that allows people to sit with discomfort, see beyond labels, and act with decency when no one's watching. It refuses easy binaries, strong or soft, right or wrong, us versus them. And while power may command obedience, empathy builds trust. In workplaces, friendships, governments, even playgrounds, I've witnessed the difference firsthand. Within the justice system, rigid hierarchies often reinforce control as the solution to chaos. But control alone doesn't heal harm. It doesn't repair relationships or prepare people for life beyond incarceration. The few moments when we allow empathy in, when we listen, humanize, give space for reflection, those are the moments where change begins. At home, the lessons are just as vital. Teaching empathy starts small. It's modeling emotional literacy in daily conversations, questioning strength when it looks like control, and celebrating vulnerability as an act of courage. It's resisting the temptation to resolve every conflict by asserting authority. It's letting children know that being kind doesn't mean being powerless, yet kindness isn't always an easy sell. We live in a culture that prizes certainty, speed, and winners. Empathy is slower. It takes time to understand someone else's experience, especially when that experience challenges our own. But it's precisely this slowness that teaches patience. And patience is powerful too. In parenting, I've had to unlearn the instinct to fix. Sometimes the most loving thing I can do is to sit beside a problem and name it, rather than solve it. To make space for disappointment, confusion, even anger, without rushing to closure. Empathy asks us to be with people where they are, not where we wish they'd be. And in doing so, it teaches resilience. Children who feel seen, who are allowed to express, struggle, and reorient, develop tools that last far beyond their childhood. They learn that their worth isn't defined by performance or control, but by connection. They become fluent not only in their own emotions, but in recognizing those of others. This is what equips them for conflict, collaboration, and the inevitable complexities of human life. We also need to rewrite how we celebrate empathy, not just in literature or charity campaigns, but in how we reward leadership, measure success, and hold public figures accountable. What if empathy were considered a political skill, not just a personal one? What if the ability to listen, genuinely, humbly, and with nuance, were a requirement for authority? Of course, empathy has limits. It isn't appeasement, and it doesn't mean compromising accountability. But used wisely, it prevents cruelty disguised as justice. It slows down reactionary policies. It challenges power when power forgets the people it serves. We live in a time where hard power is easy to spot, in headlines, in legislation, in corporate strategy, sometimes even in parenting advice. But soft power, the kind that changes hearts before minds, is out there too. It's slower, quieter, and harder to sell. But it's what I hope my children will carry into the world. Because if we want a future built on justice rather than dominance, we must raise a generation fluent in empathy and brave enough to use it. If anything in this video resonates with you, please subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.